Pretty good in 2017 here.
That's nice.
So, Wanamaker Lewis, who was just tearing that guitar apart on that song, I wanted to ask you. You played. We talked a little bit about who you've played with in the past, including Steve Goodman when he flew into town, and John Harold Band for some years.
That's right, exactly. Steve, whenever he would come to Philly after a while, a bunch of us would join him. Saul Brody, Louis London, Winnie Winston, who's no longer with us. Dennis Gormley was on bass, and we were like his backup band when he would come to Philly. I think he enjoyed it because he was always solo, and he was always, in these big halls by himself. And then he always liked having a bunch of buddies around him, and it was really a lot of fun.
It sounds like it'd be hard not to be a lot of fun with that kind of setup.
Oh, well, first of all, he was great. He was a great guitar player as well as singer and writer. And he wrote some instrumentals. He wrote a tune called Jesse's Jig that was really great to play on. So I mean, it was fun as a musician to really play with a good guitar player, such as he was.
So, along with playing with Steve Goodman, you personally, you had the Wanamaker Lewis Band or Wanamaker Lewis Trio, the
Both
Lewis Brothers.
Right, a lot of Lewis there.
A whole lot of Lewis.
A whole lot of Lewis in my life.
A whole lot of Lewis going on. So, and they all kind of had different styles, whether it be blues or bluegrass or gypsy jazz.
Correct.
And how does this new band, Rootology, differ from that?
As you were saying, I had a blues band where I only played the blues, and I had a bluegrass band where I only played banjo, maybe one or two tunes on guitar. Gypsy swing band, which I still play with occasionally. I still love to do it. It's a real challenge. But I finally said to myself, you know what? Under this Americana roots umbrella, I can just do it all in one band and maybe make it a really interesting listening experience for the audience. And that's when I decided to combine all the things that I've been doing for years. And I went out and got like-minded people that also could play more than one instrument and were interested in more than one genre of music. And that's why I got Larry on, because he plays, as you can see, as you just heard, he played fiddle, and he's got the guitar in his hands, and he's going to play mandolin, and he plays lap steel, electric.
He's got a string on it, I'll play it.
And
some keys too, though, even without a string.
And we couldn't get the electric bass tonight, but usually we have Larry Cohen on bass, and another guy that played with Tony Trischka's band, a bluegrass band, and very what I call big ears. People that have a lot of interest in a lot of different kinds of music and can play lots of different styles. And Ron on bass tonight can do the same thing.
Yeah, well, it's a great sounding acoustic trio. Well, let's hear another song, and then we're going to talk about what people can expect when they see you live and where they can do that coming up soon.
Yes, absolutely. Well, since this is a folk show, we ought to do sort of a folk song. This is a tune that I actually heard from Bob Dylan. This was a cover of a cover. He covered this on one of his early albums, and I always loved the guitar playing on it. I think it was a guy named Bruce Langhorne. And it's called Corina Corina. Corina, now girl, where you've been so long. Corina, girl, where you've been so long. I've been worried about you, Corina, baby. I've got a bird that whistles. I've got a bird that sings. I've got a bird that whistles. I've got a bird that sings. But without you, my I think about you, Corina, I can't keep from crying. When I think about you, my Corina, I can't keep from crying. When I think about you, Corina, I can't keep from crying.
Rootology, our guest tonight on the folk show. Playing a folk song. Karina.
That's right. You got to do a folk song on the folk show.
Them's the rules. A version influenced by Dylan's version from the Freewheelin' album, although there's a lot of added flair when you guys just played it to, show off, exemplify the fine musicianship in the room tonight.
Well, thank you, Ian. That's so nice of you to say what I wrote for you.
I'm just reading the cards, man. Just reading the cards.
You did a great job.
Oh, really? Thank you. That's very nice.
Well, thank you.
You're one of our favorite shows, dude.
Yes, you are.
Thanks, guys. Oh, we're so self-congratulatory tonight. That's great. Hopefully the listeners
It's a
are.
little sickening.
Yeah.
We'll be back another time next week. Or
Whenever we're all feeling down, we should all get together and do this again.
That's right.
So I wanted to. There's a show coming up real soon. In fact, this Friday, which is January 6th, at the Mermaid Inn.
That's right. The Little Mermaid Inn in the bottom of Chestnut Hill, the base of Chestnut Hill, right near where it splits off into Mount Airy and Chestnut Hill. It's on the Chestnut Hill side, right off of Germantown Avenue. It's a great little place. Joanne has been running this place for years and years and years, and it has become really one of the best places to play acoustic type music and more rocky stuff now for years. And she just keeps going and going.
Yeah.
The Energizer Bunny there.
It is a great place to see music. For me, especially when it starts to get a little colder, because there's a warm feeling to that room with the natural woodwork all around, and just you're kind of in it feels like you're in a cabin a little bit,
Yeah, well, and from a performance standpoint, it is fun to play there because somehow she has cultivated a listening crowd, people that come specifically to hear the music. That is not typical.
No.
If you play in a bar, that kind of environment, you're lucky if you have a couple of people listening over the talking and the drinking. But
Yeah.
one of the reasons why it's fun to play there is because she gets people that come specifically to listen to what you're doing, and that's very, very nice as a performer.
We talked before the show off air. After next month, the Tin Angel will be closing down.
Right.
I think the Mermaid Inn will be the last listening room within the boundaries of Philadelphia proper. This is something to a lot of folk fans and folk musicians that's important to us, and you want to support this and keep something like this alive.
Yeah, we are going to be at Fergie's too, which is another similar. They're trying hard to really be performer friendly, the Mermaid is becoming one of the last bastions of places to play.
And when you perform this Friday night, Friday, January 6th, it's going to be with a full band, so it's going to be kind of a little bit more lively, upbeat,
That's
fun.
right. We didn't bring any electricity tonight
Or drum.
or drums, but we definitely, as we said, the umbrella of Americana means we can play some straight out blues and some country and some all kinds of stuff. The field of repertoire is very big to choose from. And we ought to mention that we're going to have Megan Carey with us.
Another fine songwriter from the area.
She's got a great voice, a great guitar
She
player.
rocks out too.
And she rocks out.
Yeah.
And so between us, it's just going to be a lot of high energy.
That's this Friday, January 6th, 8:30 p.m. at the Mermaid Inn. Tickets are $10. You get them at the door, I guess, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, pay at the door.
Pay at the door, pay $10, and then save some money for CDs from these guys. And Megan Carey had CDs, I know.
Yeah, and, if you want to get on our mailing list, that, we would love to have you. And how do we go about doing that, Ian? Do I give out a mailing address or email address or?
Well,
mine.
I know we can give out the Rootology website, right,
Yes.
which is rootology.com.
Yep.
ROOTOLOGY.
Don't get confused with the, what is it, nasal spray or?
Yeah, there's a
Herbal.
herbal nasal spray, which I'm told is very excellent. But
Well, that's good. Yeah.
But, so get some nasal spray and listen to, and get on
Right,
Rootology's
that's right.
mailing.
We're talking the Rootology, the band, not Rootology, the nasal spray.
Right.
Is that correct?
Yes,
Okay.
that's right.
just to be clear.
good.
Glad you cleared that up. Right.
And then also Rootology, the band, has a Facebook page, which you guys seem to be posting gigs and
We're trying.
information on, so
Friend us, whatever way,
Yeah.
the current way to get communicative, please do.
Sounds good. We have time for another song.
Great.
We might as well do another genre that we do, and that's bluegrass. And I'm gonna play a banjo tune, and Larry's gonna play some mandolin and
Great.
run bass. Shenandoah Breakdown. 1, 2, 3.
Shenandoah Breakdown from Rootology, our guest tonight on the Folk Show. Fantastic.
Thanks for having us, Ian. It's
Yeah,
been a
what
blast.
pleasure. You guys sounded great, and folks listening, go out and see them this Friday at the Mermaid. It'll be an entertaining night. $10 is like half as much as a movie ticket these days. You get hours of live entertainment, diverse musicianship and songs, and support live music, support listening rooms. Go to rootology.com and friend them on Facebook also. Thanks again, guys, for coming in
Great.
tonight.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks for having us.